I want you all to close your eyes and think back to your childhood days. Playing with your toys and watching your favorite Saturday morning cartoons. When you hear the name Transformers, what do you think of? If you're part of my generation, you're more than likely thinking of the G1 Transformers and how you can wait to catch the latest episodes every week. If you're in a younger demographic, maybe it's Beast Wars that is popping into your head with the adventures of the Maximals, Predacons, Terracons rocking your TV screens. Now with those images in your head, how does that make you all feel? Warm, cozy, comforted? If that's how you feel, then that's how Transformers Rise of the Beast will make you feel and will be a movie that you should see. Hey everybody, Renee LOWKEY Geek here, and this is my review on Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Transformers Rise of the Beast picked up 7 years after the events of Bumblebee. Still, I don't understand why they didn't call this Transformers Bumblebee, especially since apparently he's a huge hit with the fans based on crowd reactions, but I digress. No, Haley Steinfeld doesn't make a cameo in this film. She's off being busy with some other movie. I don't know, something to do with spiders and men and all that stuff. But she does get a mention as one of the only humans that was trustworthy to the bots. No, our human conduit to this world is now being portrayed by Anthony Ramos of Hamilton and In the Heights fame. A former soldier turned cable box repair guy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who skimped on paying for cable back in the day definitely know what I mean. Finds himself in the middle of a war that teams up the Autobots with the Maximals to go against the impending doom that only Unicron can muster. Anthony does a really great job in providing the human element in this movie, and what felt different this time around is that there was definitely more of a balance between the time spent with the humans and the time spent with the actual stars of the show. You know, them big giant robots and stuff that we all want to see. Yeah, there are funny, quirky moments and lots of quick jokes, but nothing that felt too cringy. There were emotional moments and stakes that hit home for a lot of folks. The only thing that felt flat at times was some of the moments between him and his co-star Dominique Fishback, whose performance at times leaned more on the weaker side of things. I also felt that some of the situations that these humans found themselves in felt a bit forced. Speaking of forced, did I mention that the two human characters are from Brooklyn? Don't worry. When you see the movie, they don't shy away from that and often like to remind you with constant shout-outs.
So, shout out to all my people in Brooklyn. Yo, I love y'all, man, and we did it for the city.
That said, it spoke to the culture and vibe of the time that resonated with a lot of people. This was a love letter not only to the Transformers fan base, but also to the 90s, hip-hop, and yes, Brooklyn. Enough about the humans though. How about them bots? Well, they were pretty damn awesome. The battle scenes were some of the most enjoyable moments, especially during the huge major climactic finale. It harkened back to watching, 90s action films like Independence Day that filled you with adrenaline pumping through your veins, waiting to see if the good guys can pull it off while the clock is ticking. Everything you loved about Transformers is fully represented here. However, I do have to say this. Why is Optimus Prime always the one that gets punked? I'm sorry, he always seems to lose fights and always initially seems to be the one who is underpowered. No spoilers here, but I felt for most of the movie he played this very emo bot who is often not trusting of anybody and longing to get back home to Cybertron. Wah, I miss Cybertron. I feel sorry and bad for everybody. Mirage actually gives a good speech that helps explain things, but come on Optimus, man up. Speaking of Mirage, oh boy. Alright, is it just me or is Pete Davidson just everywhere these days? Personal TMZ related stuff aside, it just feels that he's being shoved down our throats lately. Just this year alone, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, he has a cameo in Fast X, a new show called Bupkis, and a damn Taco Bell commercial. Now the reason why I'm saying all this, of course, is because he voices Mirage in the movie, and honestly, it didn't feel like Pete was playing Mirage, he was just playing, well, himself. You might as well just have called Mirage Pete and wait for whoever he's dating at the time join him. However, his character does have some endearing connections to Anthony Ramos's character that felt very similar to Bumblebee's connection to Haley in the last movie. Some of you may question some of the choices as far as vehicle representation is concerned for some of the characters that you grew up with, but I didn't find it as being bothersome myself. The breakout stars here are definitely the Maximals. When they came out in full force, the crowd just erupted. Again, if you're a major fan and grew up with the Beast Wars, this movie will definitely have you screaming, Yo, this is Transformers, baby! Just like the guy sitting next to me. The story overall, if you were to strip it down, was pretty generic, good versus evil kind of thing, so nothing much to write home about. I didn't watch Beast Wars growing up, so I'm not too familiar with the lore, but they definitely took some liberties and changed things up in this movie. So do keep an open mind when it comes to that. There were times too that I was concerned that, they were kind of teetering a bit too close to the Michael Bay side of things, but I think overall they avoided most of what was wrong with his movies and resonated more with what the Transformers fans really have been looking for. Speaking of what fans have been looking for, oh boy, get yourselves ready for a twist ending that will blow your freaking minds. Now, if you've seen the movie, please make sure not to spoil it for anybody in the comments, but shout out if you know exactly what I'm talking about. At the end of it all, the movie was entertaining and I enjoyed it. I will say that the majority of my enjoyment, though, truly came from the crowd reaction to it all. Now, I overheard from some people that this movie may be one of the best Transformers movies since the beloved 1986 film. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I'll leave that up to all of you to decide for yourselves. For me, I gave this movie 3 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd, penalizing a bit of the score due to some of the human character choices and at times bland story beats. But all I had to do, at the end of the day, was close my eyes, think back to my childhood days of watching Transformers on my Zenith television, and listen to the crowd to remember why I hold this series so close to my heart. This movie definitely helped me remember that and help remind me how these characters are definitely more than meets the eye. Hey guys, thanks for watching and for listening and for tuning in. Sorry I wasn't on screen most of the time for this, but due to time constraints, I just wanted to make sure that I got my review out there. As always, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't done so yet, definitely subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. Also hit that notification bell to get notified every time a new video is posted. Also, if you have the chance, check out the Movie Time movie review podcast that I do with my buddy Blake. You can find it here on the YouTube channel or find it over on your podcast platform of choice. Just type in LOWKEY GEEK and you can download those episodes for your listening pleasure. Last but not least, don't forget to check out the affiliates listed in the description of this video if you are in a position to help further support the channel and help the channel grow. With Father's Day coming up, graduations happening, perhaps you could find a nice gift for some of your loved ones or something cool for yourself. And by participating, you will be helping support this channel at no additional cost to you. And for all of that support, I am truly thankful. All that being said, stay cool, stay classy, stay safe, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.